Namaste, welcome. My name is Thomas, and this is a video for Lighthouse Yoga. And we are going to talk about the one-to-one breath. This is a very, very basic breath meditation. And it simply follows that we breathe in for the same amount that we breathe out. And so this ratio 1-to-1, we can use any number. And for our purposes, in this exercise, we will breathe in for 4 and breathe out for 4. So we inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And we'll practice this in just a moment. Some of the things to keep in mind as you're doing this is that we want to breathe within our own capacity. We never want to strain to accomplish any particular number. So if, for instance, you were doing the number 8, inhaling for 8 counts and exhaling for 8 counts, sometimes that's a long time to breathe out or to breathe in. And we try to go for the number just because that's the number we've set for ourselves. So then if we feel any kind of strain like that, we want to reduce the number. So when I first started this, I was taught to use the number 3. I tend to like the number 4, just nice even number, but no other particular reason. You can go with what works. If you find this in certain texts, you'll see at some point that you might breathe in for 10 and out for 10, or even longer, in for 20, out for 20. But this is something that comes again quite naturally, and eventually you don't need the technique. Once you learn what the technique has to offer you, what it shows you about your breathing, then you can kind of move on or use it whenever you feel like it's necessary to remind yourself. But you learn from the technique. So let's give it a try. You might need to stifle your breath a little bit, especially to get on my count. It will help to stay on my count so it's a little bit less confusing. I may slow the count down. So even though we're breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, it might be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this happens naturally as you work with this kind of technique. That even though you're using the number 4, the beats come a little bit slower. So instead of using quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, you might be using whole notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Hopefully that makes sense, and I didn't offend any musicians because I'm not a musician, so hopefully that made sense okay. All right, so you can close your eyes. I like to do this just from a sitting position, but you could certainly be lying down. If you're sitting in a comfortable chair, you might try keeping your back straight, sitting toward the edge of the chair. But if you need to lie back for whatever reason, you can still accomplish this and work with this technique. So before we begin the counting, we'll take a deep breath in. So through the nose, inhaling, exhaling. We're going to do that just one more time. So big breath in. Slow breath out. Try to minimize any jerkiness. And we'll inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 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 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in and breathing out. It's a natural flow. You can keep your eyes closed if you were keeping your eyes closed. So if you're a yoga practitioner and you're familiar with your seated twist, sometimes it's nice here between rounds or between cycles of your breathing to take a little rotation. So you can turn to your right side, just nice and easy, looking over your right shoulder, feeling that twist. Your hands can help you. A couple breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then we're going to move through the center, going all the way around, switching the hands to the other side, keeping that axis of your spine nice and straight, sitting up tall, breathing. And of course, if you're lying down on the ground, you can make little rotations as well. You can move the knees side to side. You can kind of swish the toes side to side, just to give a little bit of rotation to the hips. So maybe let's try one more round. We'll go a little bit longer. If at any point you need to stop and breathe on your own, right? Breathe with your own breathing pattern, your own pace. What we're doing is we're putting the breath into a particular box, right? We're confining the breath. And that's why I say the technique will teach you something. So we put certain limitations on the breath or certain parameters that help to guide. So when we inhale, we might find that we're able to breathe in much more easily than we're able to breathe out. And this is very natural, just depending on your own personality type, that you will have an affinity almost for your inhalation or for your exhalation. Some people find it much easier to breathe out, to let go of the breath, than they do to take the breath in. Right? And this is something to consider. You can think about that and meditate on that, why that might be. There's all kinds of implications that you could rightly read into, whether how you receive and how you give, right? Those exchanges. Right? So we inhale and we exhale, and this is why we can really think of the breath as being something that's so personal. And so when I'm giving these techniques, I really like to think about all the facets of the breath. And when we're putting the breath into kind of confined space, we feel like we need to break out. We need to just breathe on our own, like breathe in our habit, and that's fine. More and more, it's like just like a yoga pose. More and more, when you put your body into the position, it gets used to the position. It doesn't struggle so much against it. We learn how to execute the pose with greater precision, greater strength and efficiency. And all of this attention that we put on a yoga posture, we're moving that attention and that mental energy to the breathing, right? Feeling how it moves within our body, and again, what the technique can teach us. So please stay positive. You're always learning something, and the technique is always useful, even if sometimes you have that impulse, like that urge, like I said, like you want to run away. So the remedy or the antidote is simply to breathe how you normally breathe. Right? Just let go of the technique. All right, so enough of a disclaimer. Let's try one more time. Deep breath in. Again, try to breathe through your nose as much as you're able. If you need to breathe through your mouth, that's okay. And likewise, breathing out through your nose. But if you need to breathe out through your mouth, that's perfectly all right. Totally fine. So let's do one more big breath in. And exhaling all the way. And if you want to close your eyes, I'm going to close my eyes so that we can tune in a little bit. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 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 2, 3, 4. Last one, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in and breathing out. Your own pace. You can open your eyes whenever you're ready. Slow, gentle return. If you are doing this on your own, right? And if you watch this video, you understand the technique, and you can count this for yourself. And this is where you might choose, okay, I'm gonna go with 3 or even 2. Inhale, 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2. Inhale all the way up to 6 or 8 or 10. You could go with the odd numbers too. Right? So when you're applying this technique, you could do this for a couple minutes, right? You could do this on your own for quite a lot longer. I'll go over in another video the 1-to-2 ratio and the 1-1-1, where we breathe in for 4, for instance, hold for 4, and breathe out for 4. But this is enough for this video, and you can certainly give this a try and see how it goes for you. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, I would very much welcome your feedback. So thank you so much, and happy breathing. Namaste.